The Russian Aircraft Corporation, also known as MiG, best known for their fighter and interceptor aircrafts, quickly became a key to the Soviet and eventual Russian air forces, developing new technologies, outnumbering their adversaries, and raising the bar. From the first MiG-1 to the mass-produced MiG-15 and the perceived futuristic MiG-41. This is the evolution of MiG.
First established in 1939 by Artem Mikoyan and Mikhail Gurevich, their company became a key component of the World War II efforts and quickly established the Russian Air Force as a dominant power. Artem Mikoyan, an Armenian engineer, joined the Russian Air Force Academy in 1936, designing his first airplane a year later. Eventually partnering with his mentor, Mikhail Gurevich, the MiG brand was born. Their first major creation was with the MiG-1, a high-altitude fighter plane created to combat the potential German Luftwaffe threat. Built as a high-speed plane with 3 machine guns, the inexperience of her designers showed early on. As most were destroyed in the first few days of Operation Barbarossa, little is known about its performance. Recreated into the MiG-3 to overcome inadequacies of the first model, their next attempt fared even worse. Originally made as an interceptor fighter, the MiG-3 was forced into multiple dogfights with the German Bf-109, where it proved far inferior. Retired shortly after, the MiG program was struggling to survive. Despite this, the Soviets pulled through with a victory in World War II, appropriating captured German jet engine technology and scientists, and entering the Cold War against America. Things changed from here. Initially developing into the MiG-9, using reverse-engineered technology from the Germans, the first Soviet jet engine fighter plane, yet again, proved inefficient. Regularly suffering from engine flameouts as a result of gas ingestion while firing its guns, the problem continued despite corrections, and the program was quickly snubbed. Entering the Korean War on the communist side, Russian planes were being annihilated by the Americans' P-80 Shooting Star. This proved pivotal for the MiG program. Perfecting the swept-wing design and developing the MiG-15, the Soviets were soon to take control of the skies. The 15 showed to be Mikoyan's first major success. Incorporating the swept-wing design for the first time in a successfully produced aircraft, this new development proved invaluable. Increasing both lift and control, she was able to fly higher and faster than any other plane. Finding overwhelming success during the early years of the Korean War against the Americans, this transonic superfighter found overwhelming advantages against her Western counterparts, becoming the most produced jet of the era. Designed with 6,000 pounds of thrust, supersonic speeds, 3 cannons and 2 bombs, this fighter jet built the standard that would become the dogfight, defining the first generation of jet propulsion warcrafts. That is, until Gen 2 came around, the F-86 Sabre. As the Americans regained control of MiG Alley during the Korean War, Mikoyan and Gurevich were forced to design something newer and better. And they did, creating the second generation MiG-21 in 1959. This supersonic interceptor fighter jet was the Soviets' first useful deployment of a delta-wing aircraft, meant to increase speed and stability during supersonic flight. The delta-wing design proved invaluable. Successful in dive and fly attacks, her speed was key in strikes, until the F-4 Phantom was unleashed in Vietnam. A fully loaded, high-powered dual-engine fighter, the missile era was born, as was the third-generation MiG-23, the last plane designed by the namesake founders before their deaths. Using a variable sweep-wing design, nearly 30,000 pounds of thrust, and a loaded armament, it was the perfect match for the Phantom. Also having developed drastic improvements to radar systems, Her 4,000 pounds of missiles and rockets were a key addition to the Soviet aerial arsenal. Used mostly in Afghanistan and the Middle East, it wasn't until the development of the U.S. Air Force's F-15 Eagle and F-16 Falcon that truly forced the design limits of MiG. Under new leadership, the MiG program pushed into the fourth generation with the MiG-29 and eventual MiG-35. Entering service in 1983, the twin-engine air superiority fighter, along with her Sukhoi twin, the Su-27, were designed to counter the Western advancements in weapons, engines, and stealth technologies. However, the MiG-29 fell short, lacking many modern upgrades used by more advanced fourth-generation fighters. Leading to the MiG-35, the most modern MiG fighter to date. Introduced in 2019, it's essentially just an upgraded 29 fighter, with vastly improved avionics and weapon systems, enabling it to conduct independent multi-role missions. Even then, she's still only a fourth-generation plus. The only fifth-gen fighter jet for the Russians to date is the Sukhoi Su-57, but that's for another video. With the sixth-generation MiG-41 well underway, it's obvious Russia's need for war machines isn't going away anytime soon.